All right, let's preview this card.
Let's do it.
Like we said before, there's a lot of names we don't know, a lot of new debuters, but looking closely, there's some exciting looking fights. By the way, you smashed out 80% of your guesses last week.
Thank you.
When you
Look at
focus,
yeah.
we're very close. In fact, it's hard for me to keep up with you. But for now, my percentage is better, so I'm just going to bathe in the sunlight.
Bathe in it. Take it. Take it while you can, because I'm coming in hot.
Right, let's start from the bottom. Tajir Ulanbekov versus Bruno Silva. Ulanbekov, let me just say two words: Eagles MMA and Dagestan. He's 12-1. Bruno Silva's 10-4. Bruno Silva's lost his last two, so to me that looks like someone is getting set up. What do you reckon? I've got Ulanbekov by a sub in round 3.
Yeah, I'm going Ulanbekov, and I'm honest. I think he KOs him in round 2, gets him on the ground and pound.
That sounds plausible. Tracy Cortez versus Stephanie Egger. Now, Stephanie Egger is a late replacement. She's 5-1, so quite low in the numbers. It's some of the females they'll bring in with lower numbers like that, but she has a lot of. She has 4 first-round finishes.
Yeah,
Egger. I think she's South African or did fight over there. No, I apologize. She's Swiss. Cortez. I was really looking forward to this Cortez and Bea Malecki fight because it was like the tallest woman in this division versus shorter. So I was looking forward to seeing the height difference and how that would have played out. But anyway, Cortez Lil Shaude, she is 7 in a row. 7 in a row, but 5 decisions. So she's a bit of a decision machine versus Egger, who is a bit of a first round machine. So there's a couple of those like this on this card, so don't know what will happen. But I'm going to go with Cortez just because of her experience in the UFC.
Yeah, I'm the same. Cortez decision. I'm with you on this one. I don't see either of them finishing each other. It's 5-5 on the charts, but let's call it 5-4. So, yeah. Shall T.
All right, next one. Omar Morales or Giga Chikadze versus Omar Morales. Morales is 10-0 with 5 subs, and he has beaten Gabriel Benitez and Dong Hyun Ma. They're quite high names for someone who's only had a couple of fights in the UFC. Giga Chikadze is the kickboxer who's maybe come across from Glory. Anyway, he's 10-2. He's had 6 KOs. He's beaten Brandon Davis and Erwin Rivera, not as high in names. So for that reason, I've got Morales, and I think he might even. I'm going to say he's going to submit him early.
Yeah, right. Interesting. I'm going to go Morales decision. I think this goes backwards and forwards. I think it actually ends up. I think it's going to be a close fight. I think come down to that last round.
Or whether it goes down to the ground, because I think Chikadze's pretty good on his feet.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't report on the weigh-ins. There wasn't much. It was actually pretty good weigh-ins this week. Everyone was early, and even the mid-range ones, everyone was fine looking. There was only 2 people who were late. One was the heavyweight Bordeaux, but he was underweight, so it's just like, what are you doing? But then the only one who was having trouble was this guy, El Kazi from Jordan, Ali El Kazi, and he looked bad on the scales. And also he's got no eyebrows and no hair on his body. I hope that's not a problem, but maybe he's just had to shave it all to make weight. He came in at 136, so just on the margin, but he looked rough.
Lean. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I actually saw a picture of him. Yeah, I think Kelly's going to get him in this, and I think Kelly will KO him.
Now, this is a tough one because Kelly's 5-2, but he's come off 2 losses. And so when you look at that, they're normally it seems like they're just getting him one more fight and then time to go, unless they like him. So I assume that they'll trying to highlight El Kazi, but he's also pretty salty record 8-4. So I don't know what they're doing with these two. But Elkazi does have 4 submissions, so I assume he'll try and get Kelly down, and I assume Kelly's going to try and make it go the distance because Elkazi's weight issues, weight cutting issues. But
I've gone.
yeah,
Who are
go
you
on.
going? You got Kelly. Sorry, I got Kelly KO round 2.
Okay,
But
so
yeah,
I've said he'll sub him in round 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Next one, Impa Kasanganai versus Joaquin Buckley.
Excuse me. Say that again.
Joaquin? How do you say it? Joaquin.
Kasanganai. Impa Kasanganai.
Yes, that one's easier to say than Joaquin. No, it's not.
Yeah, sure. Joaquin.
Kasanganai does not smile. He's all business. He looked pretty good in his last fight, but he is a decision machine. He's 8-0 versus Buckley, who's 10-3. Buckley came off the Contender Series and fought.
Holland.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And that was a cool fight. That almost went the distance, but then Holland got him in the end. But Buckley was going okay. So he's come in and fought a pretty good level on his first fight. So that makes this one pretty tough, but I'm just going to say that Kasanganai might do it technically on decision, unless he gets himself knocked out.
Yeah, I'm going out on a limb here. Kasanganai KO round 1.
He did say that he wants to not have a decision, which normally means they are going to try and have a decision.
Yeah, that's true.
But unless he's dead serious. All right, I need to pronounce this one better. Instead of Dorcas, I think it's Daucus.
Right.
But Dorcas sounds pretty bad. This is his second fight. He came in his first fight short notice and flabby as hell. He's lost that flab, so he's a bit more serious. So he's looking better. He's the older brother of Kyle Dorcas. But anyway, he's 9-3.
Yep.
8 KOs. And I think his last 7 fights have been KO victories. Versus Nascimento, who's 8-0. He's only been to round 2 twice. And he's had 8 finishes, 6 subs and 2 KOs. So I assume Nascimento is going to try and take him down and sub him quick. And it depends whether Dorcas can connect before that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I think my head tells me Nascimento sub, but I think he gets caught into a bit of a brawl with Daucus, and I think one of them's going down. I think Nascimento will catch him KO round 1.
Oh, you're saying Nascimento?
Yep.
Oh, he's going to use the takedown.
Didn't see that coming.
No, I try and predict what you're saying.
Yeah. No, I think they're going to get in a bit of a firefight early, and I think one of them will catch the other, but I think Nascimento will catch him. Even though I think that one's set up for a round 1 victory. Now, we got Tom Breeze, who is 11-2. He's very flaky mentally. He's had a lot of pullouts of fights, and everyone from Birmingham talks about how good he is, but he just seems to have trouble once he gets in there or getting there. He's made weight fine this time. There wasn't any problems on the scale, so hopefully that looks good. So I don't know if I'm going to change this one, but what they've done is they've put him against this KB Buller guy who's 8-0. He's had only 2 decisions and 6 round 1 finishes. So I assume this is one of the ones where they're bringing in someone who might just have an early finish. So I assume Buller's going to try and knock Breeze out earlier. Breeze got knocked out in his last fight, so I assume Buller's going to come at him. Whether or not Breeze can stay away from that and technically win. I might change this, but I have taken Buller KO round 1. Yeah, I'm going Buller KO round 2. I reckon Breeze hangs in there, and then I think Buller finishes him.
Just of note, I'm a fair idea. I might change that to Breeze decision. Okay. Yusuf Zalal versus Ilya Topuria. This is another one, just like the Dorcas and Nascimento fight. Topuria 8-0. He's only been to round 2 once. 7 subs and 1 KO. So he is another first round finisher versus Zalal, who's gone 3 decisions in his last fight. So he has won his 3 fights in the UFC. all three of them decisions. So it's a finisher versus decision style. Could go either way. I've taken Zalal to go KO in round 3 to make it past the round 1 and Superior to tire out because he hasn't been to these third rounds before.
Right. I'm going to go out on a limb again here and go against you, and I'm going to go Superior KO round 1.
KO, not sub.
No, KO.
It's not on a limb to go against me. In fact, when you switch on, you're the better tipster than me.
Ooh, I don't
so
know.
you're
Especially these new guys is hard.
Yeah.
You're
saying on a limb because you're going against, you're picking a new guy. I know what you're saying.
Correct.
We might do the same here in the next one, the heavyweight fight. Tom Aspinall versus Alan Bordeaux. Bordeaux was late on the scales, but it didn't matter because he was still underweight by a long way. As a heavyweight, he's 8-1. Aspinall's 8-2.
Yep.
They're both round 1 machines. So this is the Kai of France, don't blink fight.
Yeah, exactly. Aspinall for sure, KO round 1.
Oh, for sure.
I remember his last fight.
Yeah, he looked good. Yeah. But this other guy's the same. And also that he's French, so they might be lining him up for a French card.
Possibly.
But I think, I don't know. I think, that's a good one to watch. Now, fourth one on the main card, even though it's his first fight in the UFC, he looks pretty good. Dracus Duplessis, or I'll just call him Faf Duplessis. From
is he South African?
I've just assumed it because of his name, which is pretty
He'd
rude.
Have to be.
He's 14-2. He's a early finisher as well versus Marcus Perez, who's never been knocked out. That's the question on this one.
Yeah, I've got Perez KO round 2.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
All right.
Bigger boys.
Big boys. Rothwell versus Tabura. This is a hard one, but I'm just going to say Rothwell decision. I could change that to Rothwell KO. I don't think Tabura will KO him. It's whether or not Tabura could win the decision. I reckon this is probably going decision, but I could change that to Rothwell KO.
Yeah, I've gone Rothwell KO round 2.
Oh, you have?
I think he wears Tabura down a bit and then finishes him.
Puts him up against the cage, just moves forward like he does.
Those big jabs with those big arms, just tink, tink, tink.
And I don't think Tabura will be able to take him down, even though he's just as tall as him. Big boys.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be taking him down. If he does, maybe once or twice, but...
All right, Edson Barbosa versus Makwan Amirkhani. Barbosa's second fight at featherweight. He looked pretty good in his first fight down at featherweight last time. Amirkhani won. He looked really good against lower competition, but before that he lost to a striker in... he looks like my mate Stanley.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name. But this is my favourite fight on the whole card of the day.
It depends whether or not... I think Amir Khan is coming up against high-level competition again. He's coming up against a striker, which he didn't do well last time, and he's taken this fight pretty quickly. So I've got a thought that in his head he feels like he looked bad against... what's his name? And he wants to make up for it against a striker, and I feel like it depends whether or not he can take Barbosa down. Barbosa's been taken down before by a few people, but he also has pretty good takedown defense. So that's my question, whether or not Amir Khan can get him down explosively.
I think you're on the money with
your knock him out.
I think Barbosa absolutely starches in this fight. I think thinking about it more and more, I think the experience of Barbosa. I'm going to go Barbosa. And you know what? I think he catches him in round 1.
Nice. Head kick or something?
Something like that. Yeah. Late, though. About a minute or two left.
Oh, you're tipping the minutes now. This guy.
Yeah. Well, 80%. I thought, well, shit, I can start getting a little bit more accurate.
Now, this one's going to be fun. Marlon Moraes versus Corey Sandhagen. Moraes did... technically win against Aldo. He's So explosive. Sandhagen lost against Sterling, but that was a sub. I don't know if Moraes will try and take him down. Big question is about Moraes' fitness, and I assume Sandhagen's going to want to try and test him out, how that happened, how he fares in the later rounds, or whether Moraes is going to try and knock him out early. One thing I noticed, Sandhagen is a lot taller. That means he might be, whether he can use his length. What do you reckon?
Taller. I think he does. I think Sandhagen uses his length. I think your tip of KO round 4 is on the money. I think it's either going to be a late finish. I don't see him stopping Moraes early. But I'm actually gonna go Sandhagen submission round 3.
Righto. All right.
I think he hurts Moraes in the second, and then jumps on him, finishes him in the third.
Yeah, the only 2 things I had from the face-off was that Sandhagen is tall, and that your mate Marcus Perez came in with the Joker face.
Oh,
painted on.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Did it look good?
Yeah, it looked pretty good.
All right, different.
All right, man. We've got a bunch of fights here. If there's any close decisions, we'll put that up on Instagram, and also we'll put up on Instagram if you don't watch the fights, but you have Fight Pass. We'll put up what fights to watch.
Yep. Keep you interested, and I guess we'll chat tomorrow, and watch your fights.
Thanks, man. Have a good Saturday.
Sounds good, buddy. Yeah, you too.
Speak to you
Enjoy
later.
it.
Bye.
See you guys later. Bye.